Here with a blast from potluck parties past is Randy with deviled eggs, and this is what you'll need to follow along. Hard-boiled eggs, some mayo, Dijon, hot sauce, lemon juice, and Worcestershire. Okay, Randy, deviled eggs are definitely retro, but you know what? They didn't really go anywhere. I mean, they're finding their way back to the table, but people have stayed, very much invested in their deviled eggs all throughout the years, have they not?
Don't call it a comeback. It's been around for years. Come on, Tracy. And I think there's a lot of pride in deviled eggs. You know, there's always the one person that wants to show up with them because they're flexing and they know what's up. And surprisingly enough, they are very difficult. We always see them like done really well at parties, but I feel like those people have the secrets that I want to show you today. So first off, Tracy, let's talk about hard boiling an egg. Number of different techniques. So one I like to use, I just want to put the water in the pot to where the eggs are just bubbling there, and I'm going to put the pot on the stove, crank it up to high heat, and the moment I see a hard bubble, and number one, Tracy, do not walk away from that pot, do not go on TikTok or Instagram, keep your eye on the prize, make sure you're there, you see those big bubbles coming up, you turn the heat off, you put the lid on, and you set a timer for 10.5 minutes.
Ooh, 10 and a half.
10.5 is absolutely perfect. I'll let you go to 11 if you want it a little bit firmer. I'm okay with that. But I find that 10.5 is the magical number. Then you pull them out and put them in an ice bath. So that means shocking them right into ice cold water. And when you do that, just try to tap the skin a little bit and let them soak for like 20 minutes to cool off, number one. But then that water is going to get in, they'll get easier to peel. So once you have them peeled, we've got a perfectly peeled egg, and you can see that it's nice and smooth here. You don't want those craters in there, and that's where that shocking and the ice water is going to do that. You're going to get that smooth outside look to it. What we're going to need to do is cut this baby in half. We have a little bit of moisture in the middle, which is okay for me. I like it, but it's hard boiled, it's cooked throughout. And another pro tip would be to then take your whites and just rinse them under some cold water, because we can't have that little bit of yolk sitting there. And then what you find yourself is a perfect egg white, just like this one. So the next tip is, a lot of people will like put this in a blender and smash it all up, but that's not what we're going to do today, Tracy. What we're going to do is put it in a strainer like this, and we're going to push it through. Now this is very similar to like Michelin star chefs making mashed potatoes, and I kind of had my doubts about it until I did it for the first time, and then I was like, oh my stars, I totally get this now, because what we're doing is we're not like over mashing the egg, we're just kind of pushing it through the strainer and then caking all the lumps out, and then what you get is this soft, velvety, airy, perfectly kind of mashed egg yolk. And if you see in there, you can just see it like jumping around, like it's just like, oh my god, feed me some mayonnaise. So then we just get all the mixtures in there, and then these egg yolks, just honestly, they just suck it all up because it's just lightly frothed, and we don't have to stir it that much. All the flavor goes in, and now we're left with this creamy goodness of egg yolk mixture that we put through the sieve. And then, somebody stole my piping bag, Tracy, and I never replaced it because I just forgot it. And I replaced it another time, somebody stole it again. So you know what? I just use a Ziploc bag, because we all have these in our kitchen, right?
Yeah.
And you can never find the piping bag. So into the Ziploc it goes. You get it tight to the corner like this. And then scissors always work best. You want to use a knife, but the knife might not give you a total round pipe. We're just going to cut that off there. You ready for this? And
this is the magic right here.
Oh, this is kind of the fun part.
Yeah.
Let your 10-year-old do this. This is kind of like icing a cake. Oh, there's just something so like refreshing about that. I don't know what it is. So now we need to garnish just a little bit. So Leo will be proud of me here, Chase. I'm gonna go a drip of hot sauce just so people know what's up. I'm not going paprika on here. I don't know what that's all about. No sprinkling of dry stuff. We're gonna go bold flavors, a little bit of hot sauce. We'll leave one without. And then some nice dill, a squeeze of black pepper.
Just a little
That
bit.
is a dynamite looking hors d'oeuvre, and I don't care if you think you're 70s, 80s, 90s, or even the millennial party, that is going to go over like gangbusters.
It sure is. You know what? A good thing never goes away. So thank you for that. I like your recipe.